morning.
Boy, howdy, would you look at that? It's Macabre.
Guys, welcome back to another Monday Morning
Guys.
Macabre. Guys, we're
Hey,
all
guys.
friends here. We've been pals for years. My son turned 1 as of the time of recording today.
Yes,
It was
he
his
has
first
now
birthday.
ascended.
Yeah, I think he's like getting his cake right now and they're celebrating. I don't know. I got other stuff to do.
He's begun his metamorphosis.
Yeah, tomorrow he's going to come up. He's going to wake up with beautiful wings.
Oh,
A butterfly boy.
a little butterfly boy.
My little butterfly boy.
Butterfly
no,
boy. Every dad just wants their son to grow up to be a beautiful butterfly boy.
Beautiful butterfly boy. That's all. It's like Bug's Life or Ants or whichever one had the like German like ladybug who was like or caterpillar who wanted
That
to
was
become.
Bug's Life. Ants
Okay.
had Woody Allen.
Oh, okay. That's all you need to say, baby. Yeah, Bug's Life. Better movie, I think, if I recall correctly. Although I don't. It's been a while. They were the same.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
When it
I
comes
mean-
to Pixar versus DreamWorks, Pixar wins out.
Pixar wins out. I mean, Pixar backwards, Raxip. DreamWorks backwards, Scornward. So, I mean,
Onward and Sconeward.
Scornward. It's no contest. Yeah. So a big day today. He smashed some cake all over himself. We had a good old time. So if you've been listening to this podcast, since I didn't have kids when we started this podcast,
You did not.
now I got like I don't know,
Brother,
4
were
of them?
you?
Who
I don't
knows?
think you were married.
I wasn't even married. No, I was married.
No, I don't think so, because we have an episode where we talk about it.
I
I think these are like the pre-recordings before the series dropped.
Yeah, you're right.
When we did it like at your parents' house, it was all spooky.
Yeah, because my dad kept peeking in, going, "How you guys doing?" That's what my dad sounds like.
You're
If anyone
like,
here
"Dad,
knows what my dad sounds
stop."
like, you're like, "Yeah, that sounds like him." It's like, "Hey guys, just chilling in the house," and I'm like, "Dad, quit it." Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't own a home. I wasn't married. I didn't have children. Now look at me, baby. I can't sleep a wink. I'm drowning in debt.
I don't know where I am.
I haven't seen myself in a mirror in 14 years.
14 long years.
Long hard years. Served my time. Scones, how was your weekend? One up me now.
I can't
Was it
beat
better
any of
than your
that.
son's first birthday, Scones?
No,
All right, but you're eating
No, it
pasta
wasn't.
with sausage, so that's cool.
I am. It's pretty good.
Great.
I'm super distracted by this ad I'm seeing right now on our
Okay.
article. It says intermittent fasting for seniors. And it's a bunch of old ladies like
Why is
standing
it
like
just-
really
just
intensely in front of
Looking at a
animals.
turkey. Oh my
No, in front
god.
of animal archetypes.
Oh, like
Like, hold
What?
on.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
I'll send it to you and you can maybe explain to the listener better than I can.
I don't know, but
It's
we'll
the
give it a
most
go.
distracting.
Hit me with this distracting imagery of elderly women. Intermittent fasting for seniors. This is like what,
Oh no, I accidentally clicked on it thinking it was the
this is what-
screenshot
if Andrew Tate made a women's brand.
for like
It's women
older women.
crossing their arm, like older women who like are like in better shape than I am, crossing their arms, staring intently at the camera, and then in the background they've overlaid like a bear and a tiger and a wolf to show that they're like alphas.
Dude, these women are alphas.
Yeah. So okay. So as you can tell, Scones is going to be presenting this week. I presented last week, which is essentially a Clash of Clans weapon. I've decided. Chicken mines.
Pretty much. It does seem that wacky. Like it'd be like a Ratchet and Clank gun.
Yeah, it seems like a mobile game that they made real life. So go listen to that episode if you haven't. I can't believe that's a crazy ad. Also, what are you looking at to make that pop up for you?
Dude,
Have you been getting into intermittent
I
fasting?
am lost in the algorithm. I have
This goes as
taken
deep.
too many estrogen supplements.
Scones is trying to get that summer
Trying to
bod,
be
and-
the alpha grandma in my neighborhood.
Hey man, honestly, I think you can do it. Dude, I hope
easy.
I
can kick the shit out of the old lady that lives in the first floor.
Dude, if I was in an elderly home, I'd love to start like an elderly fight club. Be sick.
That'd be sick.
I mean, what a way to go out, getting like pile driven
Yeah,
by
that
like,
is some high stakes.
Eugene,
Because
the
it's
80-year-old
lethal.
woodshop guy. That'd be sick.
Dude, Eugene had it coming.
Oh, he's got those big burly forearms. He can throw me over his back, no problem.
Sounds like you kind of like it.
I mean, hey, listen, you know, all I'm saying is I can't wait for another 45 years to pass. Yeah. So I had my birthday last week. My son had his birthday this week. It's
Kind of a
birthday
dick move
bananas.
by him.
Yeah. Well,
Really
You know-
overshadows yours with him coming up. Like, imagine when he's going to be older and he's going to be like, what am I getting for my birthday? And you're like, well, it's not even my birthday.
yeah, that's true. Actually, today I slipped his cake into the trash on purpose as like a power move.
Yes. I
was like-
love parents who aren't afraid to take control.
Parents who aren't yeah, you're one. Let me show you a thing or two. I'm
Let me
almost
ruin all
30.
of this.
So yeah, that was my weekend, gang. If you're new to the podcast, you're confused because you're like, I thought you were talking about weird and spooky stuff. Don't worry, strap in. We'll get
Don't
there.
worry.
Don't worry about a thing. Oh, here's something that
Bad
happened.
thing.
Spoke to my father because he came by for my birthday, and he was like, "Hey,
Oh, the one who used to say the scary stuff or whatever we said.
yeah,
like 10 seconds
Hey
ago.
guys, do you enjoying your time in the house?" So he came over. He's like,
Corey
"Happy
in the house."
birthday!" And he was like, "Your cousins have told your grandmother about the podcast." And I was like, "Uh oh."
Hey,
And I
listen,
was
Grandma,
like-
if you want to be an alpha, dude,
I have
we
the
had-
supplements for you, Grams. And I was like, "Please don't ever." Oh God. And my dad was like, "I said to her she wouldn't like the language," and I was like, "Thank you so much." 'Cause
English?
It would. Yeah, she's really. That's
She's
the
a
problem.
real old country, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "This isn't Gaelic." Where I'm
Real
from-
mad you assimilated.
So she will not be listening, I hope. And if you are, Graham, I'm sorry. You listen. Still a good guy.
If you are Grams, we're coming to get you.
If you are, I got a bear background that I'm ready to slap on your profile picture.
Do you think she's a bear or a tiger or a wolf, your grandma?
Ooh, such a good question because I have so much insight. I have so much history to draw from. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger, bear, or wolf? I'm going to go. Okay, here's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with
Okay.
a bear.
Yes.
Here's why.
Why?
Here's why. Wolf implies lone wolf, but she had like 400 kids.
Bears are also more solitary than wolves, though.
Well, I'm thinking like mama bear, you know?
Oh, that's
Like
a good point.
classic metaphor.
That's a good point.
Because not only is she a matriarch of the family, but she's also like, you know, there's a bunch of cubs running around, and also she was a nurse, so that's like mama bear, but for illness. So I'm gonna go with
True.
bear.
She's
Bear
a bear.
final answer. Well, tell me, am I right? This is
Yes, the answer
Yes!
was bear for your own
Bum.
grandmother.
I won $1 million.
Yeah, her intermittent fasting for seniors totem is a bear.
Great. We just need to get Jeff Probst to be like, you know, I'm sorry, wolf and tiger, but you've been voted off the island.
That'd be amazing. And he'd
Do
say
you think
something
Jeff?
sassy.
This is important. Do you think Jeff Probst is tall, or do you think he's short? I think he's short.
Oh, I think he's perfectly average. I think he's right where he
Interesting.
needs to
Hot
be.
take. You think he can pile drive me at a fight club?
I think whatever height he's at, I'd be like, yeah, no, that's right. That
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
just where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, he's 5 foot Probst. It's like right perfect.
Dude, the
for him.
Probst, I have so much respect for Jeff Probst. He's a real one.
He figured out the gig.
He's a host of a show. I'm a host of a show.
Yeah, that's true. We have a lot. We see him at the host awards every year.
He's a peer of ours, really.
Yeah, he is. I'd say lesser, but I don't want to, make him feel bad.
Yeah,
when
people
he-
do not watch network television anymore. He doesn't know.
No, he doesn't
does
hear
not
about
know.
these podcasts. They reach everybody. He reaches like
Anyone can
what,
download
20 to 35
Anyone could download us, and anyone listening right now can tell someone that they can
to
find
download
us anywhere.
us. Yeah, have you ever graded Survivor 5 stars? I doubt it, but you've definitely rated this show 5 stars, right, listener? It's 10 minutes, Scones. We got to get into it.
Alrighty, let's talk about the horrifying history of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
All right. Slick your hair back. It's such a sharp turn.
Fly.
Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is something, I mentioned this before we started, but this is something that I feel like TAPS has covered. Like, the only thing that the ghost hunters have gone to is this asylum, and then they just like change the angles for different episodes. I'm convinced.
it's a psychobilly freak out.
Amen. Dude, people aren't using that as a sweet adjective anymore.
Dude.
Enough.
All right, so strap in, Grandma Darcy. So this article is from allthat'sinteresting.com. We love them. We love you, All That's Interesting. We are not an official podcast. They do have a
Party
podcast.
rock.
Go check it out. They just write really perfectly length articles. This article is by Katie Serena, edited by Carrie Johnson.
Dude, I feel like Katie Serena's got a couple of the episodes on her belt.
Listen, Katie
Friend of the
Serena
show.
knows how to write a podcast script, okay?
Serena, we're gonna call her up, bring her on the show sometime, get an interview, find out if she's a wolf, a bear, or a tiger, or whatever. And
Do you think if we talked like that, she would come on the show? We're like, hey, Katie Serena.
Katie Serena. Mwah. She's gonna be like, "Hi."
Goose Go, the boys in for Goose Go.
Yeah, we're all Patrick Warburton all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Goose Go. Hey, Katie
Hey.
Serena.
Katie Serena.
Gotta find out where you're hiding all your
Got a
secret chocolates.
podcast.
Okay. Anyway,
Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was supposed to be a place of peace and restoration, but it soon devolved into madness and mayhem. And
yeah,
the spirits of tormented patients allegedly still haunt its halls today.
on God,
On God, my brother. For real. For real.
dude. Trans-Allegheny Bussin' Asylum. Where are my Gen Zs at? We're trying to keep it hip,
And we are succeeding.
and we're killing it.
We've never
We've
looked
got
younger.
the Riz, baby.
Got that, dude.
We got that podcast Riz.
Got
as
that
I've been
potty
told.
Riz.
We're pushing P. We got the Riz. What else could you ask for?
Is this what you expected, Grandma? In 1858, construction began on a new mental health facility in Weston, West Virginia. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was meant to be a sharp departure from other institutions of the time. So once again, another spooky Monday morning cocktail that takes place in West Virginia.
Ooh, throw it on the list. West Virginia is
Throw it on the
definitely
list.
number one on the leaderboard for spooky episodes.
I think so. Its
Yeah, I
creators
think
wanted
so.
patients to be Goose Go. Its creators wanted patients to be comfortable, not simply imprisoned the way they were at many other facilities. At first, these plans
Okay.
for moral treatment
You mean-
seemed to be working.
Like Norwegian prisons or whatever, or like Dutch prisons where it's like they're
Oh,
like
better
gardening
than my
and stuff.
apartment? Yeah.
Yeah, where
Better
you're
than
like,
my
"Damn."
life now? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
At first, these plans for moral treatment seemed to be working. Unfortunately, it wasn't long before the asylum began experiencing overcrowding. By the 1950s, the building was holding 10 times the number of residents it was designed for.
Hell yeah, that's the dream,
How is that possible?
dude. That's just like
Is that 10 people in every room?
2023 standard living accommodations. I think.
That's New York City.
Yeah, basically.
Um,
Just go to Dutch prison.
the building was holding 10 times the number of residents it was designed for, and the quality of care started to decline. Unsupervised patients began acting out, setting several fires and even murdering fellow residents.
Sheesh.
Local newspapers caught on to what was happening and investigated, releasing stories about how dirty and neglected both the asylum and its patients were.
This seems like what season 2 of American Horror Story is like based on.
Yeah, probably. The facility closed, though I should say, there's probably a fair share of places like this.
No, this is the only bad place in the U.S.
It's just the only
is the
smudge
one.
on the history of mental health.
Yeah, everywhere else is great. You go to prison anywhere else, you can murder a whole family. You, get
You go
spaghetti
to
bolognese.
Devers,
Yeah.
you are hooked up, and part of your brain is hooked out.
Oh, hey.
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 Actually, Devers probably was the real inspiration.
Honestly, too many to count.
Too many to count.
Too many to count. Just go.
I have a sneeze that's just lurking. I don't
Ooh,
care
I
for
hate
it.
that, where it's like rising and you're like, where's the nearest light I can stare at?
But unfortunately, we record this in the dark.
Yes, in a cave, in the dark, sensory deprivation tanks, hooked up with mics.
You would not believe how hard it is to read this article.
We print them out. It's not on a LCD screen. It's really tough. It's very
We
wet.
print them out. Yeah, we print them out. We have those little lights that clip onto your books.
Yeah, we have Game Boy Color light clips.
Dude, I had the fucking kit.
We have
when I
to.
was
We have
younger.
to. Dude, we have to wait for the streetlights to pass over so we can read the article.
Yeah,
I have to edit it all together to sound seamless, but there's like 5-second breaks every like 2 seconds.
The facility closed in 1994, and today urban explorers and ghost hunters alike can be found roaming its
Cats.
abandoned halls. Take a peek inside this allegedly haunted asylum and its tragic history. The
Let's do it.
Trans-Allegheny... What?
I said, let's do it.
Let's do it. The Trans-Allegheny Asylum wasn't always such a nightmarish facility. In fact, when construction began in the 1850s, the concept behind the institution was revolutionary. According to the asylum's official website, the building was the brainchild of Thomas Story Kirkbride, a physician and crusader for the mentally ill, who founded what would eventually become the American Psychiatric Association.
A crusader for the mentally ill.
Yeah, stabbing them and claiming.
I was gonna say, I'm imagining a medieval guy who's like, charge, and just like psychopaths and like.
He's just attacking people and
just an army
Constantinople.
of dudes in what are the like nurse gown things? The what are they called? The hospital gowns. That'd be sick.
Johnnies.
Johnny.
I've heard them called Johnnies, but yeah,
I think they're
hospital
Johnnies. I mean,
gowns.
hospital gown is also
Kirkbride built on the foundation established by famous reformer Dorothy Dix, who sought to disabuse people of their
You didn't have to
misconceptions
say her name.
about...
You really. said
Sorry,
her
this
name like it
sneeze
was
is
a
really
WWE.
fucking me up, dude. It's coming and going mid-sentence.
That's
Who sought to disabuse people of their misconceptions about mental illness, namely that it was a shadowy, irreversible condition best treated in darkness with force and physical restraint.
that's why we've never had it, because we're in the pods.
That's because we all got the proper shock therapy.
Hey.
Shaky as the science behind some of Kirkbride's medical idea was, it's undeniably led to more humane and effective plan of treatment for the residents of his asylums than any other practice of the era. Kirkbride emphasized the importance of light and fresh air. He suggested that asylums be designed with open halls, high ceilings, plenty of windows, and ventilation that allowed for cross breeze.
All right.
Oh god, the intermittent
that makes
fasting
sense.
ad's back.
It's infected your computer, dude. You've got to choose.
Dude, I'm on swole grandma for life now.
Hey.
He also emphasized freedom. Patients suffering from mental illness, he felt, should be allowed to roam as much as possible and find stimulation for their minds. They would behave better, not worse, if given more control of their own lives. So he's on to something.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a good idea so far.
His ideas inspired the construction of 73 hospitals across the country built using the Kirkbride plan in the second half of the 19th century, including the
Okay.
Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. When it opened its doors in 1864, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, renamed the West Virginia Hospital for the Insane and later Weston State Hospital, was a model of Thomas Kirkbride's ideals.
And later Popeye's fish.
Later Popeye's Fish, later Starbucks.
And
It could
now
house-
It's an NFT museum.
It could house 250 patients, each with its own comfortable room. The building featured plenty of windows, giving residents access to natural light and fresh air. The grounds covered more than 600 acres, according to Legends of America. They even included a working farm, a dairy herd, a water reservoir, and an ice plant.
Is Legends of America like a round table, like Johnny Appleseed and like just like-
Wayne, Mickey
Yeah.
Mantle.
They're all like, we approve of this asylum.
It was, as architect Richard Snowden Andrews had intended it to be, a self-sufficient, state-of-the-art facility designed to make patients feel at home, well cared for, and restored. As time went on, however, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum found its tranquil facilities overrun. By the 1930s, the hospital could not keep up. The patients inside were running wild, and the outnumbered orderlies struggled to regain control. In October 1935, residents of the institution set fire to the 4th floor of the building, completely destroying it.
Yo.
Another time, 2 patients... This sounds like Outlast.
It does sound like Outlast.
Ow, Another time, 2 patients tried to hang another resident with bed sheets. That didn't work. When that didn't work, they crushed his head with a metal bed frame, killing him.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they were fucking 0 seconds from wildin'.
Dude, they were... forget 4 or 5. They were at 1.
And in yet another incident, a nurse went missing, only to be found dead 2 months later at the bottom of an unused staircase.
Oh my God.
Found 2 months later.
Yeah, how does nobody search the entire building?
I don't know. That's horrifying.
That's crazy.
At its peak in the 1950s, the hospital was crowded with 2,400 patients, more than 10 times the number it was intended to house. And soon, local media started investigating the poor living conditions at the facility. Throughout the 1900s, the Charleston Gazette published several reports exposing the terrible conditions within the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. In 1949, according to the Weston Hospital Revitalization Committee, the newspaper printed that the asylum looked like a hog pen and smelled even worse.
Oh, God.
And in 1985, the paper reported the hospital was dirty and unkempt, and that the patients were naked and confined to dirty wards with bathrooms smeared with feces.
Jesus.
Sounds like high school, baby.
Hey, baby, I've been there, done that.
The expose published by the Gazette spurred a movement to close down the hospital, but it wasn't until 1994, after the decades of squalor, that the
Great year.
What?
I was born in that year, so it's a good year.
Oh, good year. Out with the lunatic asylum and in with the dust.
And in with the future president of the United States. Dude, if I'm ever... I mean, there's no way. There's too much recording of this podcast for me to ever be president, but...
I mean, I don't think this rules anymore.
That's true. I guess who knows? I could be. I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be some TikTok kid next. But anyway, I don't want to...
After decades of squalor... After decades of squalor... After decades of squalor that the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum would shut its doors forever. By the time the asylum was closed, only part of it had been expanded enough to sufficiently accommodate demand. The cemetery.
Yikes.
Now, the once ornate building intended for healing but destined for destruction sits abandoned, as if the patients simply vanished into thin air. Rooms are still filled with medical equipment and decrepit furniture, and wheelchairs litter the hallways. Some people believe the hospital is haunted. Haunted, Josh. You heard that right.
Haunted. I'm spooked out of my gourd, dude.
Visitors reported seeing ghostly figures walking through the hallways at night and balls of light floating through the air. So we got some Bridgewater Triangle ghost orbs.
Some classic ghost hunting.
Some classic ghost orbs.
Some classic energy balls.
Would you rather your protein be called energy balls or ghost orbs?
Oh, ghost orbs, dude.
Yes.
Sounds way cooler.
Having a sip of my tea, trying to get this sneeze to decide what it wants to do.
It's still hanging?
Oh, it's hanging, dude. It's hanging.
Sneeze is always down to hang, dude. He's a good hang.
Dude. The most famous ghost at the asylum is perhaps that of a young
Nearly
girl.
had this Nick.
Oh, dude, you're so close. It's actually a young girl named Lily.
Money Myrtle. Fuck!
A patient who died of pneumonia at the age of 9. Her room on the 4th floor is still filled with toys as if she's waiting for someone to play with her.
Ah, spooky.
Yeah, that is.
I don't
that'll
like
scare a sneeze right out of you.
Hell yeah.
The dolls and balls reportedly move on their own while a music box turns at random.
Okay. But what is it playing, you know? It's just like...
Top 40, bro.
You make me
it's playing. Like now that's what I call music 13.
That'd be sick, dude.
Well,
honestly, it probably goes back that far.
What?
Now that's what I call music probably is old enough to be in a music box at that time because there's a million of them.
What are we on now?
Dude, honestly,
I gotta look
I feel like we did this like last episode.
Did we?
This feels familiar, me Googling this, but
It's 84.
Holy mother of pearl.
We're on 84, folks.
Jesus. Wait,
Well, skeptics.
that's what I call music 113 on Amazon.
Oh well, I was on the Now website, so maybe they're not making them anymore.
I don't know if it's like real. It could be someone totally different.
I want to meet someone who has like the collection, like fucking subscribed, got in the mail every year a Now. Or how often do they release them? Is that quarterly?
Yeah, it must be, dude. I mean, this one's got like some pretty. This one has like One Republic. I Ain't Worried. I feel like that came out like 3 months ago.
Yeah, so I want to know who has the Now collection.
Yeah, owners of Now, get
Write
in touch
in.
with us. Right in. We know you're listening.
If you're an owner of all the Now CDs and you are interested in intermittent fasting for seniors, call now.
We've got the perfect podcast for you.
While skeptics deny the paranormal rumors surrounding the facility, there is one thing that everyone can agree on. The crumbling building serves as a reminder of a shameful past and an urgent call to do better in the future. I don't know. Can we do better?
I don't know if we can do better.
I feel like every like social service is still overpopulated and like understaffed.
Yeah.
But it is weird that they didn't just stop taking people. Do you know what I mean, Darce?
I think that...
Why were they not like, let's not have everybody? But they...
Yeah, they were like, we
ability
gotta...
to shut it down and just kick everybody out. They had the ability to stop accepting people.
Yeah,
right?
they could have been like, hey, you gotta go down the street to like Alleghenies or whatever.
Oh, no. What a good name for a haunted house.
What a sick name.
What a sick name.
Yeah, you'd think, but also at the same time, some money's got to be switching hands somewhere along this.
Some money.
Someone's getting a little sticky fingers, and they're trying to take. It's got to come down to greed. It always does.
I hate those sticky fingers.
Yeah, those
dude.
stinky fingers, dude.
Hate
I'm
those
telling you,
stinky.
Stinky fingers is way worse.
Dude, let's just say one leads to the other.
Oh my god. I think that it's got somewhere down the line. Someone was making a buck. I don't know, like
those fat cats in Washington.
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
I bet it was probably Jimmy Carter. I don't know. That's you'd think they would, but who am I? I've never owned an insane asylum, although I'm trying. We need some more Patreon.
What do you think it
listeners.
pays? How hard do you think it is to start one?
Start one. Scale of 1 to 10, 3 out of 10. Maintain one 5 out of 10. Keep less than too many people in, like a 10 out of 10. It's so hard.
I'm looking for a side income, and I'm wondering if starting an insane asylum is a good choice for me. Is there a free class I can sign up for?
Yeah, so if you can take my first free consultation, and I'll walk you through the steps that I use to build my asylum, which makes me passive income. And I'll show you after my class. You can sign up for my course where I teach you how to clean everywhere except for one specific staircase where a body might be, and then you'll be on your way to making big passive bucks.
And you don't even have to maintain it because we don't care here.
Yeah, because you can have as many people in there as you want. They can light the 4th floor on fire. Who gives a shit?
I don't give a shit.
I'm still making that green, baby. So, seems like a short-sighted problem. Also, I hope that other asylums that used like the Kirk whatever method did okay, because it does sound like the right move.
I mean, they must have if we're at where we're at today with like, I mean, I hope in America there's not that many places that are like this still, but I'm sure there's at least one.
Well, there's probably like, I mean, they're not going to be called insane asylums anymore, but they're probably
but I mean, lipstick on a pig. If it's
true, yeah, they're probably just called, they're called like,
it's called like the Friend St. Jude's like super hospital, right.
Super fun place. Yeah,
and the inside's just hell on earth. Like there has to be multiple ones.
That's the American way. So if you're a true patriot and you listen to this podcast and you have your own insane asylum, follow us on Twitter at MMMacabrePod, Instagram Monday Morning Macabre, and check out MondayMorningMacabre.com for all the merch and Patreon you could possibly ever want to supply
Yeah,
to your incredibly overpopulated insane asylum population.
If you work in if anyone here works at a mental hospital, just put us on and crank it to 11, dude, because we will solve their problems.
Yes, everyone will be it'll be yeah.
It'll be.
I'm a beep. So yeah, thanks everybody for spending another Monday with us. I hope
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope this week is super stellar.
Oh yeah, February vacation for a lot of folks.
Ooh, if you're on February vacation, get your hockey sticks out and go play some street ball or whatever those kids do these days.
Happy President's Day.
I love you.
I love you more.
Goodbye.